Daubney Harper Boland of Las Cruces is a new mum. She gave birth to her daughter 3 months ago and took off work to bond and care with her newborn.
I had no idea I would just love it. It's so precious, and she's starting to cry over there, so I'll be quick. But you really don't want to lose that very special time, and I didn't want to be worrying about work or worrying about finances. So yeah, I find it to be really important.
A 2016 McGill University and UCLA study shows that for every additional month of paid maternity leave in low and middle income countries, infant mortality rates drop by 13%. Research showed similar correlations in high income countries. Many new parents in the US are guaranteed job-secured leave for 12 weeks after the arrival of a new baby through the Family Medical Leave Act, or FMLA. But because it's unpaid, Harper Boland says she couldn't afford to take as much as she needed. Her husband wasn't eligible for FMLA at all, so he couldn't get any time off.
I'm missing so much of her development, and the fact that my husband couldn't even be there for most of it is really, really sad.
Many workers aren't eligible for FMLA, many more can't afford to take it and sometimes even skip out on treatment. As a licensed psychologist, Harper Boland says she sees it all the time.
I would say that those hardships are definitely doubled or even tripled. So if you think about having to take off to take care of your parents for long-term health or illness, that's an ongoing concern. Or not being able, a single mom, not being able to afford to take leave. I can't imagine returning to work 3 or 6 weeks after she was born, but some people have to do that out of necessity.
There is a push for change in New Mexico law that would require paid paternity and paid family leave. Southwest Women's Law Center is overseeing the effort. Representatives are touring the state to get public input. Sarah Coffey is the center's staff attorney.
We want feedback from all different communities, and we want to make sure that it works best for New Mexicans.
The key questions are, how much leave would employees be able to take, and when would they become eligible? In New Jersey, Rhode Island and California, paid family leave allows for between 4 to 12 weeks for the birth of a child or care for a family member with a serious illness, and 26 to 52 weeks to care for one's own disability or health issue. New York has also passed paid family leave that will take effect in 2018. But Southwest Women's Law Center Director Pamela Herndon says the most contentious question is who will foot the bill for paid family leave in New Mexico: the state, the employer, the employee, or some combination. Many business groups have expressed concerns about the burden of paying for leave. Herndon says viewpoints can change. She points to a survey of Rhode Island business owners who were apprehensive about paid leave time, but were satisfied with the program after it went into effect.
One misconception is that a business is going to fail if you allow your employee to be out on paid leave. So the obstacles and the belief that a business will fail is one myth that we need to get rid of.
A survey of California businesses went even further, reporting that the paid leave program reduced employee turnover and had little impact on companies' productivity and profitability. But that may not be so central to implementation in New Mexico. Herndon says a program funded solely by employees might be a model.
We're more likely to be leaning toward employees being the only ones who are putting money into this fund, so that it will follow the employee no matter where they're working. So they don't have to be tied to any one employer, so that the fund will follow them throughout their entire lives.
According to the Department of Labor, only 12% of US private sector workers have access to paid family leave through their employer. That includes many New Mexicans working for employers like TIAA Insurance and Verizon. And of course, citizens of every other developed country like the UK, Germany, and South Korea, who are allowed paid leave of 90 days or more. Daubney Harper Boland says when it comes to work and family balance, the US has its priorities out of order.
I think the culture of the United States is really work. Work so that you can afford things, and then you work so that you can, have more things. But it's a bit of a rat race, and we get away from the things that are most important. And so having paid family leave would allow us to get back to those things that are most important to us, like family and life meaning.
The Southwest Women's Law Centre says public input will guide the drafting of a paid family leave bill to be introduced in the 2017 New Mexico legislative session. For KRWG, I'm Simon Thompson.